Hi guys. So today's practice is going to target your full body, so a nice energizing flow for you. Let's make a start in child's pose. So just bringing your knees opening wide and then walking your hands forward and bowing your head. Taking a couple of breaths in and out here. Noticing how you're feeling in yourself. What energy are you bringing onto your yoga mat? What would you like to call in for your practice? Maybe it's just connection to our breath, connection to our bodies. So making this your last breath here. Bring yourself into an all fours position. And breathe in, coming to cow. Find that broadness across the front of your chest. And then exhale, cat. Lengthening through the back body. Breathing in. Feeling that undulation through your spine as you come back to cow. Breathing out. Cat. Do this a couple more times. Feeling into your spine. That feels nice today. Bring yourself back into a neutral spine position. Press into your hands and start to lift your hips, downward facing dog. As always, feel free to pedal out your legs. I always feel like downward dog is a bit of a mirror for whatever we've been doing this week. It tends to show up in our downward facing dog. So just notice that. Let go of your head and your neck. And then let's start to walk our hands back to our feet. You may want to bring your hands onto blocks here if you feel like you're very tight in the back of the legs and hamstrings. But either with hands on blocks or on the floor, we're then just going to rock forward, so we come up onto our tiptoes, and then come back, so we draw back onto our heels. All the while, can you feel like you're lifting up your belly? You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. Just rocking forward and back. And as you plant your toes down, can you spread your 10 toes really wide? Do this another couple of times. Looking forward, lift those heels as high as you can, and then coming back, lifting the toes as high as you can. Beautiful, everyone. And then from here, turn your toes out, and then start to reach your arms, extend them all the way up to the ceiling, looking up. Give those glutes a little bit of a squeeze. And then we're coming down into a little squat position. We're not going to stay here. We're going to come straight back up. And as you lift up, can you come up onto tippy toes? And then come all the way back down. And then power up, coming back onto tiptoes. And then exhaling, coming down. Do that another 3 times. So reaching up, coming down. So we're working into our feet. We're working into our hips. We're feeling into our pelvic floors. And then one more time. Reach those fingers up, stay here, hold, lift your heels. And then exhale, coming back down into your squat. And if you feel like you need a little bit of movement here, then please move from side to side. You can bring your hands down. So almost feeling like you're just lubricating your joints. I feel like I'm getting the oil out today. I'm doing quite a lot of running and I feel a lot tighter than normal. And then let's come to stillness when we're ready. You could always have your bottom propped up on a brick. You could bring a towel underneath your heels. Let's close our eyes here. We're Returning to your breath focus. Gently allowing the tailbone to descend as the crown of your head reaches up to the sky. And then blinking your eyes open, walk yourself to an all fours position. And then from your all fours position, really think about pulling in and up through the belly and pressing down through your hands nice and firm. And then we're going to start to lift our right leg up, bend your right leg, and think about balancing your hip bones. So you're not opening that hip bone out. Imagine you're balancing a tray of drinks across your backside. And then let's take one circle of the knee going one way, and then one circle of the knee going the other way. And now when you do it, let's go and do that again, but let's really focus on keeping everything else completely still. So one circle in one direction, one circle in the other direction, and then extend the leg behind you. Think about rolling that hip bone down and then start to reach your left arm forwards. Can you roll that hip bone down while keeping a lift through that back leg? Stay here, one more breath, pull in and up through your belly, and then bring the hand back down, bring the knee down, and then step the foot forward, taking it into a little low lunge position. Here you may want your hands on bricks again if you feel quite tight. Otherwise, hands can remain on the floor. And everyone, I want you to feel like you're really active through your glutes, because notice the difference when you just flop here. Whereas if you're really active through your glutes, everything starts to engage. Feel like you're lifting up, so you're not collapsing down, you're lifting up. And then we're going to take it back into this little half splits position. And imagine your hips are just being pulled back, so you're not twisting. What tends to happen is we want to drop that right hip. But see if you can keep your hips nice and straight. Press down through the ball, or the heel rather, of that front foot, and keep lifting your chest. And then travel forward. We come back to this lunge position, maybe even hands on the leg, reach up, but here you're really pressing into your front foot and your back knee, and the glutes are active on the left. Let's take it back to our half splits. Then we're just going to travel forward and back a couple of times, giving those glutes a little bit of a squeeze and really rooting down through that heel. Bring your focus back to your breath. Let's do one more, traveling forward, and then bringing it back to this almost 90-90 position in your lunge. Reach your arms up, and then from here, right hand to your right hip, reach up with the left fingers. Exhale, taking it into a little side stretch. Once again, we're really pressing down through that front foot and the back knee. Now I tend to untuck my toes, but if you want to tuck your toes in your low lunge so you're more like that, that is absolutely fine. We all have different flexibility in our ankles. This feels more comfortable to me. And then reach your arms up, and then let's take an open arm twist. So left arm forward, right arm back, gaze traveling in the direction of those back fingers. How are your glutes? How's that bottom? Keep squeezing, and then come back up. And then from here, hands come down. Let's take it up to a high plank. Press the ground away. Draw your tailbone down. Draw in and up with your belly. Stay here. Build that strength. One more breath. And then knees down. Untuck your toes. Toes stay anchored. Legs stay anchored as you lower all the way down. Keeping that beautiful straight line in your spine. Breathe in. Toes active, pressing down into the mat, cobra. Doesn't matter how high you take it here. Just feel the engagement through your glutes and lower back. And then we're going to take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Come back down onto all fours. Pull in and up with your belly. And then from here, start to lift your left leg. Pause for a moment, roll that left hip bone down. I like to flex through my foot so everything is really engaged and ready to go. But notice how you feel here. Do you feel like all the weight has come into the right hand? Can you draw the weight evenly through both hands? And then let's take that hip circle. Go in one direction, keeping the rest of your body as still as you can. And then let's move in the other direction. How does it compare on this side to the other? Let's do that one more time in one direction. How smooth is your circle? And then in the other direction. Pause there for a moment. Extend that left leg long. And then think about pulling in and up with the belly as you come to your bird dog, reaching the opposite arm forward. Staying here, rolling that hip bone down, active in that back leg. And then bring the knee down. Travel the left foot forward, taking your lunge position. Here, toes tucked or untucked, up to you. And then we are going to focus on the same thing as we were doing before. So you're going to really draw that heel bone down. Think about leveling up through your hips. And then rather than rounding down, feel like you're drawing your body forward so you get that length in your spine. Travel forward, take the lunge, squeeze those glutes, lift up, take it back, half splits. Always sounds so terrifying when you start introducing the word splits. It's when most people get very worried. But it's a beautiful practice, and this is a really good warm-up for full splits. Coming forward one more time, lifting up, but finding that beautiful sinking forward with the pelvis, but you've got that strength in the glutes to support you. And then coming all the way back one more time. And then let's come forward, coming up to our low lunge. Bring that back knee in if it's very far back. So you've got more of a 90-90 position. And then everyone, let's reach our arms up. This time left hand comes to left hip, reach up, and then take it over to the left, side stretch to the left. Anchor down through those right glutes, they're active here. And when they switch on, you get even more of a delicious stretch down that right side of the body. Breathing in and breathing out, coming back up. Reach your arms up, this time right arm forward, left arm back, open arm twist. And take it back up. Frame your front foot as you bring your hands down. We take it back into our high plank, push the ground away, build that strength. Breathing here. Notice what's happening to your jaw. We tend to get very tense when we hold these strength building postures. What happens if we can just find that element of softness and layer it on top of all this strength and engagement? That's what we're looking for here. Now maybe you bring your knees down and you flow through a vinyasa that way, or maybe we take it down into our chaturanga, keeping everything hovering, and then take it up into our upward facing dog, or maybe we have our cobra here. You take whatever back bend feels supportive for you. Take it back now to downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in and then flutter the lips, breath out. From here, right leg lifts up to the sky, bending through the knee. Flex your foot and open your hips so you feel like you're drawing your knee up to the sky. Keep both arms really engaged. You're not bending through either arm. And then draw the leg back. We now step the foot forward, taking a high lunge position. Come back or come up into your high lunge. Now press down firmly into both feet. Lift that belly, pull it in and up, and keep your belly switched on. Keep the glutes switched on in the back as you start to reach your arms forward, taking it into this arrow lunge position. Stay here, press into that front foot, build that strength, and then arms come back, reaching back along you, and then find that strength through the core. We're going to take it up into a warrior three position. Now feel like you are drawing that left hip bone down, and then lift up through your chest so you feel like you're taking off, and then start to bend that back leg, draw it up into a bent leg mountain position. Pause here, draw that knee up without leaning back, and then kick the foot forward. Stay here, find that lifting up through the core, and then bent leg mountain takes you back to your high lunge. Reach your arms up, exhale, flow your hands down, step back, high plank to low plank, your version. Upward facing dog or cobra takes you back to downward facing. Full breath in, full breath out. Left leg, lift it up to the sky. Draw that left hip bone down for a moment. Now start to bend through and stack left hip on top of right. Should have finished my sentence there. Bend through that left knee, flexing the foot, and then re-extend the leg behind you. Step the foot forward. Can you do that without lifting your hands? Challenge for you. And then bringing yourself into your high lunge. Squeeze those glutes. Pull in and up with the belly. Reach your arms up in line with your ears. Then start to bring the body forward. You're hinging from your hips. Stay here, pause. Connect to the front big toe mound. Draw your arms back. And then prepare to take off into your warrior three. Can you draw your shoulders away from your ears? And then start to bring that leg forward, bending through the knee, reaching up, lift up, get that knee even higher, and then extend the leg straight in front. Feel those quads active, feel your core active, belly pulling in and up. Let's bring it back to a bent leg mountain. Take it back to your warrior three with control. Step it back, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down. You're back in your high plank. Pause it here, and then let's lower it down to forearm plank. Left arm down, right arm down. Pause here. Breathing in, breathing out. Press down into your forearms. Rip the mat back with your hands. And then take it all the way down to the ground. Hands underneath shoulders. Take it back to child's pose. We end where we began. Full breath in. Full breath out. Maybe you end your practice here. Maybe you continue, or maybe you take your Shavasana. Up to you. Lovely to see you, my friend. Namaste.